Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, March 26th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, Misti, AMZY, Platey, and SMCY, or SMCY. All right, so who had trades yesterday? Well, TSLY had trades. Nvidia had a trade, AMZY had a trade, Coney had a trade, and as usual, let's start with Misti. But real quick, yes, SMCY also had a trade. So let's get to it. All right, so Misti, pretty simple day. Synthetic action, synthetic bailout, synthetic party, synthetic cash out, whatever you want to call it. It was a synthetic party. How do we know? Well, you see buy to close, put, buy to close, put, buy to close, put, buy to close, put. And then you say short sell, put, short sell, put, short sell, put. So what are they doing? Basically, they're closing out part of their synthetic. They're 260, right? They're 250. And they are moving it to a 330, all right? But not the normal 330, a 516 330. And I didn't even catch that until this morning when I looked at the holdings. So that was like, it was like, this was a very easy trading day for me. And I rushed it, and I still made a mistake. So, because they had an existing 330 that expired April 17th. So, obviously they, instead of just adding it there, they added another expiration date. So there's two 330s now. So anyway, let's get to the file. I'll show you. Here we go. Okay. So here is the other synthetic 330. This one expires April 17th. Again, I accidentally added them to here originally. But they're still holding 34,440 contracts. The price of MSTR is at 341, so currently it's up above that 330 strike by 3.58%. This is fantastic. Right? Because the 330 was unattainable not that long ago. So, again, yesterday, we weren't sure what was going to happen. Was it going to be a correction day? Was it going to be another green day? Was it going to be a flat day? So, in the end, I believe it was slightly green, but we'll get to that in a second. So here's the 250, wherever it is. There we go. There it is. All right, so they closed this out. Again, 325 was yesterday. 12,925 contracts. They cashed this baby out. How much did they make? $113 million. All right, that's the net of the buy call credit. Here we go. They sold that call, and they did a buy to close put. And the net of the two is $113,869,250. Obviously, we have to share that with all of the outstanding shareholders, so that's fine. But again, that's good money. Now, overall, if you look at this synthetic from day one, you go look at either here or I have it on the bottom. It's like a double check. This synthetic made $116 million. All right, pretty good. Pretty good. All right, 260 now. They also closed the 260. Let's find it. Let's go to the top. They closed it in two pieces, 7,800 and then 19,000. I did not add the two, actually. So this, I added D28 plus E29. Let's add the other two. Why not? Let's see how much we made total yesterday. Again, it leaves so much little room here. That plus that. There you go. All right. On this synthetic, we made a net of $207,969,000. It's a good day. It's a good day cashing out this synthetic, right? Because we made what, 64,000, and then we made 152,000 on the calls, and then we had to pay about 8 to 9 million, well, 9 million something on the puts, buy to close put. So it's all good. Cash out complete. Overall, this synthetic, we made 218 million total. Fantastic. All right. Moving on to the new synthetic. Again, when they close out the contracts on the old, they have to add it somewhere, and here's where they added it. They added it to, yes, another 330. the damaging, this scary number, 330. It's been scaring us forever. Not anymore. So yeah, they added to a 330. In the end, they paid about $37 million to add to this synthetic. It's because, they're currently priced above it. So if we look at the price differential, should they have opened to 340, $10 gap? I don't know. You guys be the judge. All I know is, right, they opened this. They had to pay a little more money, but again, they're already ahead of it, right? They have some wiggle room. And plus, on a day like yesterday when they made so much money, $37 million actually doesn't hurt it. But I don't know, man. To me, if you're going to open, that's a lot of contracts, 39,725. To me, you go at the money. And I know they did it in 3 pieces, so when they piecemealed it, who knows what MSTR price was at. And I'm not going to harp on this because we had, it's a good day when you get a synthetic bailout. But anyway, I just want to show the expiration date as well. So there's that. And then, anyway, let's move on. Okay. All right, here we go. I was told I was very negative yesterday. Hey, first video back, got to be negative, right? Was it? No, not yesterday. Is it the day? Yeah, yesterday. Anyway. All right, so how did MSTR do yesterday? We were unsure, right? Because we thought, did they close it out early on the Monday? Did they not? Either way, it didn't go crazy green. It didn't go crazy red. It ended up green. And it ended up green by 1.81%. MSTY went up 1.65%. I feel like I feel a freaking spider. Let me just look. Yeah. All right. No spiders in sight. I'm good. Something crawls in my head. Yeah, you'll know. Anyway. So yeah, MSTR went up 1.81. MSTY went up 1.65. Does it justify them closing the early Monday? Again, I don't know about early closures Mondays, and I'm not going to harp on it anymore. But it doesn't look like a terrible decision at this very moment. That's what I'll say. All right, so believe it or not, they did not add anything. No calls, no nothing to this. Actually, wait, I didn't check the holdings to see if the 380 is there now. It's not. It's not there. Yeah. That's weird, man. That is weird. That is freaking weird. Right? All right. I may have to email them. I don't want to do that. I don't need any more crap on my plate, but I mean, I show it's there. What happened? It's there on the trades. All right. So anyway, what I meant to say is no changes to this sheet from yesterday. They did not sell any calls. They did not close any calls. They did not buy any calls. They did not sell any calls. So no nothing. So let's just go right to the outstanding shares. Outstanding shares increased by $500,000. All right, so that's whatever. 30-day IV of MSTR is 73%. Outstanding shares 108,350,000. Total net income is still a loss, overall loss, 50 mil. Because, again, they closed out a bunch of losers on the Monday. And we'll see where they're, again, the holdings is not even accurate, but it's mostly accurate, but we'll still cover, the calls and the holdings. But yeah, man, I'm really, that sucks that they didn't update that. And I didn't even update, what the hell's going on here? The 330. Yeah, this I got to delete, sorry. I only have one buy call. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Even though the 380 is not there, but again, I'll try to email them. All right, so they have 14,754 contracts. Oh, yeah, people always ask me what the expiration date is. Guys, I'll let you know if they start moving to next week. So when I share this screen print on Twitter or wherever, or when I talk about it. It's always Friday unless I say otherwise. 14,754 contracts, 330 strike price, 3.46% in the money. So they decided to let that be. Good job. Okay, I like it. Because we don't know what's going to happen, right? Market could be red today. Market could be green. Who the hell knows, all right? Let time value decide. Let's let this play out. These are weekly trades after all. 5,300 contracts, 345 strike price, 0.93% out of the money. And then our largest position, 54,111 contracts, 350 strike price, 2.4% out of the money. All right. So, yeah, we're best case scenario, we close below 330 and we win the rest of our trades. I think that would be perfect. What do you think? Especially after this synthetic bailout. Hence the reaction. It's been a while since we had a life preserver. Why? Why do we have a life preserver? For those of you that are new to the channel, way back in the day, we used to always say, well, something that they always did is whenever they really got blown through their calls, what they would do is they would roll the synthetic on the same day. And that way, typically the synthetic would actually make more than they lose in the calls, and I would call it a synthetic bailout. So I would always have a life preserver as the emoji icon. Now I use actual pictures, but yeah, that's why we say it's a synthetic bailout or synthetic rescue or synthetic life preserver, whatever the hell you want to call it. Yeah, but yesterday was just the synthetic bailout, and it actually worked out because the day before, yeah, they paid a pretty penny to close out those trades early, and they waited a day to close out the synthetic and roll it, which means guess what? They made a little more money on those calls, right? Because MSTR did go up yesterday. We don't know what time they sold those calls, but I think they made more money selling them yesterday versus had they sold them on the Monday. So bravo to that. I will gladly accept and be happy, be grateful for that. Group D declares in 14 days, April 9th. So stay tuned for that. All right, now we can go to the payment information, see where we stand. Synthetic income, baby. Baby. All right, we always want to check. Did we add the new tab? Yes, so we have two 330 tabs. So that's working. That's good. Our synthetic income is 259 million. Our weeklies still lose 50 mil, so we have to take that out, and then we get a total net income of $209 million, right? Share that with the 108 million degenerates, and you get $1.93 per share. Win-loss rate, 39 wins and 30 losses. So $1.93, it's good. You want to see two. I know, of course, people want to get paid too, but look, our last payment was $1.37, so $1.93 sounds pretty damn good at the moment. We'll see, man. We'll see how things develop. If they win their weeklies this week, that'll also boost up the total income per share. But if they lose this week, then of course, yes, we're going to lose total income per share unless they do another synthetic bailout. What they could do is obviously close the old 330 and move it to the new. And obviously, but if MSTR continues to go up, they'll probably just make another synthetic strike price. All right, so that's the number, $1.93 at the moment. Win-loss rate, 67%. That's the win rate. And, we can't use the Rotomator because they're not making money on the weeklies. But if you look at the IV percentage, it's 73%. So if you multiply 73% times the price of Misti divided by 13 payments, you get $1.31. So right now I'm showing the low payment could be $1.31 and the high payment could be $1.93. All right. So again, it's very early, but of course it's worth covering. Synthetic wise, are there gold diggers? No. We can afford our ladies here. We are a bunch of gentlemen and we pay for our ladies. We buy them stuff. We take them out to dinner, and we can afford them. And we still have 84 cents per share left over. Look at that. Oh, yeah. All right. Not synthetic. Total assets under management for Misti is $2.5 billion. Again, they're going to hit 3 billion before you know it. The NAV is 23.28. That's right, 23 freaking dollars. It wasn't that long ago. We were crying there under 20. Now they're right back at 23. Doesn't mean 30's coming tomorrow or 40's coming again. You know, let's just be grateful. There's still $3 above the launch price. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, again, the fund's a beast. There's no way around it. Misti is a freaking beast. I don't know. Does it beat the underlying? No, of course not. Buy and hold MSTR. You don't need the income. Great. But if you want income, whew, man. Hey, Misti, you're so fine. You're so fine. Yeah, Misti. Anyway, let's move on. Let's stop kissing Misti's ass. Just for today. You know, we were mean to her the other day, so let's move on. All right, so let's go to the rest of the trades. TSLY had a trade we saw. What are they doing, though? Buy to close 260. All right, they're closing at 260 when the stock price is... What is this? Yeah, this is a call. The stock price is at 287, 9% in the money. So, yeah, that's a pretty penny. They paid $19.83 per share or a total of $10.3 million. So, yeah, they got their asses handed to them on that one. What they do, though, they decided to roll the strike price up to a 282 strike price. And guess what? That's already in the money. So, obviously, they did this early in the day or something. And then, God, this looks awful. Holy crap, that looks disgusting. But to be honest, I did see pre-market Tesla was down. So, this may be okay. But it's just funny. You take the loss, and you still roll in the money. I know it wasn't in the money at the time, but it just looks hilarious. Anyway, let's go to the file, the TSLY files, as they say. Hi, TSLY. All right, here we go. You ready? 1 day movement. What did Tesla do yesterday? That's what everyone wants to know. Tesla went up 3.38%. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? TSLY went up 2.04%. What's our capture? 60%. Not great. I have to say, another letdown on the capture. So we'll have to look at, why in a second. All right, what do their synthetics look like? They got a 220. Looks great. Why? Because Tesla's at 287. So obviously, they're going to make money as we stand on that position. Now, they also have a synthetic 355. Is that a gold digger? I mean, no. You know why? Because I looked down below, and our overall synthetic value is $102 million. So sorry I'm jumping ahead, but that's why I'm not going to sing gold digger. All right, now let's look at the calls for this week, right? Because we look like we're capped, right? We're capped in the upside. So what are we doing here? Let's see. What are we doing? All right, let's get the proper zoomage just for you guys. It's all about you guys. All right, here we go. You ready? You ready? Are you ready? Yes, the expiration date is Friday. All right, 2,147 contracts, 277.50 strike price, 3.64% in the money. Well, that sucks. 10,183 contracts, 280 strike price, 2.77% in the money. Okay, that sucks too. All right, 14,583 contracts, 282.50 strike price, 1.91% in the money. All right, we're getting used to the suck. And then 8,795 contracts, 285 strike price, 1.04% in the money. Okay, so we are in the money, in the money, in the money, and in the money. Okay, what do we look for? We look for our insurance policy. All right, it's time for insurance. What do we got here? Do we got anything worth a damn? Well, let's see. We bought a call as low as $295. That is 2.43% away from, that's the price of the stock is 2.43% away from the $295. If they sold it today, how much would it be worth per share? You could see $465. All right. So, and then the other's $266. So yes, because, the week is still young, these are actually valuable. However, it just offsets the damage of the, what's going on up there. But if not MSTR, oh my God, Tesla goes above 295, then yeah, we're going to offset the damage pretty much 1-to-1 up here. So that's good. But still, we're still, far away, not far away, but we're still away from that. And like I said, Tesla pre-market, I think it was down. All right, so the value of the TSLY fund is 969 mil, which makes them a loser. All right, so the NAV is 886, trade price 884. By the way, people who complain the video's too long or say they fast forward, just so you know, there is an option to do a fast forward speed. Some people do 1.5x, some people do 2x. Obviously, some people do none. That's up to you guys. Again, I know 40, 50, whatever. There's a lot of fun. So it's a long video. So a lot of people don't have the time. So I appreciate the people trying to watch, and that don't have the time. And obviously, I'd love to do that little recap I did the other day. People love that. I would love to do that every day, believe me. But I just I'll do it when I can. But it's not going to be often. But I will do it when I remember. Anyway, what do we got? Synthetic bailout, we said 94 cents per share. We already talked about that. So let's just get to the end. All right, 30-day IV, 70%. That's for Tesla. All right, that's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. Pretty good. IV estimate based on that, 48 cents. Income estimate, 60 cents negative. So yes, they're not producing income. You can see here they lost 65.4 million it's realized losses since 319 basically. So mostly because their calls got blown through. What do you want? All right, so Group A declares in 21 days, April 16th. Oh yeah. All right, NVIDIA's up. Yay, NVIDIA declares today. They actually had trades too. All right. I use those nasal strips. It almost worked through the night, but then I couldn't breathe. So it kind of worked. I don't know. We'll see how it goes tonight. But I took it off, obviously, for now. But maybe I should have left it on. But anyway, NVIDIA, what do we got? Buy, call, sell, put, sell, call, buy, call. Okay, so they have a 130 synthetic. They added to that, and they sold a call 123, 1% of the money. All right, 328 expiration, so it's still within this week. I'm going to go to the file. All right, so here we go. NVIDIA yesterday, it went down 0.6%. NVIDIA went down much less. It went down 0.06%. So good day. Good day for NVIDIA. All right, so synthetic-wise, they have a 110, a 115, and a 130. All three synthetic positions expire on April 17th. And NVIDIA is kind of in the middle. It's at 120, so no worries as far as the synthetic is concerned. And again, you look at all the trades, they all expire 3/28, which is Friday. Is it Friday? No, it's not. It's freaking hump day, as they say. All right, so here's all the positions. How we doing? Well, the largest position is 40,900 contracts, 120 strike price, 0.57% in the money. Is this going to be a loser? We don't know. There's still 3 full freaking trading days left. So there's a very good chance we're going to win that trade. But we'll see. All right, what else we got? 14,597 contracts, 122 strike price, 1.09% out of the money. Not much wiggle room. 33,450 contracts, 123 strike price, 1.91% out of the money. Again, not much room there either. 31,393 contracts, 124 strike price, 2.74% out of the money. Okay, so they have 4 strike prices, a 120, a 122, a 123, and a 124. Again, not spread out that much, but it's better, I guess. It's not bad. But people care. What do people care about? Of course, freaking declaration date. Duh. But before that discussion, let's look at the value. What's the value of NVIDIA? 1.4 billion. That's the assets under management, okay? That's what they say. Now the NAV is 1767, the trade price 1768. Today's declaration date, so it will not drop. Tomorrow's ex-dividend date, so tomorrow we will drop by the amount of the distribution declared today, plus or minus movement in the underlying. So be wary of that. If you wanted to qualify for the distribution, you'd have to buy it today and hold it until tomorrow. All right, synthetic wise, nope, still negative. So let's look at the 30-day IV of Nvidia, 39%. IV estimate for Nvidia, 54 cents. Group B declares on today. Oh my God, today. As we speak, well, maybe. I think, what is it, like 6:55 they announced it? Something like that? I don't know. Who cares? Whatever. Let's move on. All right, let's go to AMZY. AMZY. What do you got? One day movement. They actually had a trade, I think. So I got to go back. Here we go. Oh, what'd they do? Buy to close put. Oh, they're closing puts. This put was a 235. Their price is at 205. Yeah, that's going to cost them $885,000. Why'd they close the put? Well, look, buy to close call. It means people sold out of the fund, so they probably had to close out some of the synthetic position, and then the forced closure of the weeklies. And guess what? It's no better there. It was at 200. Stock price is at 205. So yeah, they lost their little shirt yesterday. So not a great day for AMZY holders. All right, let's go to the AMZY files. Amazon yesterday, it went up 1.19%. AMZY went up 1.01%. That's an 84% capture. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Better than 60 like we've seen on some of the others. All right. As far as the synthetic, they hold a synthetic 235. Amazon's at 205. So again, April 17th, still some time away, but are they going to catch up to that? It's not looking good. Now, as far as trades go for the week, let's see where we stand. They have one sold call, 12,675 contracts, which is all of them, $200 strike price, 2.78% in the money. Let me get a sip of water. That's right. We are in the money. What are they going to do? It looks like they're just going to let it play out, and that's awesome. That's awesome. And in the end, if we lose the trade, it's okay. It happens. No big deal. Right? Again, it's hard. You'd have to run the numbers of what the best thing to do is, right? If they close it out early, open a new one, was that worth it? Was it not worth it? I don't know, right? We don't know. We can only judge based on what we think. All right, so the value of the AMZY fund is 260 mil. The NAV is 1683. It would help if I could read. And then we have the trade price from yesterday, the close, 1686. All right, synthetic bailout, they're negative, so let's move on. Amazon's 30-day implied volatility is 28%. The IV estimate for AMZY is 37 cents, and they're part of Group D. Why do you care? Well, Group D is awesome, that's why. And that they declare is 14 days on April 9th. Okay. Let's go to Coney, and I'm pretty sure Coney had a trade again. Coney always has a freaking trade, don't they? All right, Phoebe, there it is, Coney. Hey, Cone. Hey, Conehead. Who likes Conehead movie? Me. But then again, I'm a weirdo, right? Anyway, buy to close. Ooh. Ew. Wee. That's a yuckers. All right, so they closed the 197.50 strike, and coin closed at 204. Yeah, they lost a lot of money. They lost 13 million closing that one out. They opened a new position same week, 215, 5% out of the money. Again, thinking to capture more upside. Is it still too early? Again, I'm not gonna. I'm taking it easy on the bitching, but you guys know where I'm going. Anyway, by the close, here's another one, 197.50, 3%, man. I don't know, man. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. I would just leave it alone. I don't know. Again, I clearly don't know. Anyway, let's go. Let's go to the file. Yeah, so they lost 13 million and 14 million. They did make some money on the sell calls, which is fine. What, 2 and 1.8. So whatever. Anyway, let's go. All right, so here's Coney. All right, what'd you do, Coney? Coney. Yesterday, coin went up 0.58%. Coney went up 0.11%. Wow, yeah, that's horrible. 19% capture. I know it's a small gain, but still, wow, 19%. I guess that's right. Oh, that's disgusting. All right, whatever. Anyway, synthetic-wise, what do we got? We have a 185 and a 120. Coin is at 204, right in the middle. So, no, we ain't singing. All right, let's look at the calls. What do we got here? Well, we got 5,300 contracts, $200 strike price. This one is in the money, 2.07% in the money. See how it plays out. 15,890 contracts. This is a 212.50, 4% out of the money. That's pretty good. And then 28,140 contracts, 215 strike price, 5.27% out of the money. I believe that's a new position from yesterday. Okay, so the value of the Coney fund is under a bill, 985 mil. So yes, they're still in the loser bucket. The NAV is 894, trade price 891. Synthetic income, they're in the negative. Okay, 30-day IV of coin is 60%. Looks like it lowered a little. IV estimate for Coney is 42 cents. They're part of Group C, and they declare next week, 7 days away on April 2nd. Up next is SMCY. I believe they had a trade, so we will go back to the trade files. And just so we know, let's see. SMCY had a trade, but Platey did not. So we'll just cover SMCY, then we're done with this file. All right, so what they do, they did a buy call, a sell put, a sell call, and a buy call. So basically what did they do? They added contracts, 1,140 of them, to the synthetic position, and then they sold a call with those contracts, right? Makes sense? Great. Wonderful. Yippee. Now, the strike, look at the strike of the synthetic. Wow, 57. The stock price of SMCI is 40. So yeah, they got a nice credit for adding to that. So hopefully SMCI does recover. And then the call, they sold what they choose. Well, they chose an expiration date in this week. $43 strike, 5% out of the money. 5% out of the money for 3 trading days. Hey, it's not terrible. Let's go. Let's go to the file. Okay, here we are. 1 day movement of SMCI. SMCI went down 2.66%. SMCY went down 1.37%. So went down less. That's good. We talked about the synthetic. Yeah, it's a very high price. It's $57. SMCI is at 40. They are 40% away. So although the numbers don't look like it, this is, you take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a traveling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger. Well, time that dig on me. You hear me now? Yeah, man. $47.8 million. That's how much the lady wants. That's how much the put costs to close. Why is that a gold digger? Well, the dude is in orange. Let's see how much money he has. Oh my God, what a bum. What a bum. He only has $885,000. Yeah. So he's out of his league. He's dating a girl completely out of his league. You know, he's driving a freaking Prius. You know, she's driving like a Land Rover. So these are two completely different people. So he no longer can afford her. He probably, she's probably going to get away with a nice chunk of his money. Let's hope not too much. But right now, she wants $47.8 million. So that is why we sing Gold Digger. All right, so where were we? Well, let's go to the calls. Let's see, what do we got? All right, so they went down, right? So we're actually sitting pretty, right? SMCY went down. So they got 14,950 contracts, 42 strike price, 3.35% out of the money. Okay, check. 14,086 contracts, 43 strike price, 5.81% out of the money. Check. I like it. All right, again, 3 trading days, anything can happen though, but pretty not a bad spot. All right, 118 mil, that's the value of the fund. I know it's like pennies compared to the others, but hey, they'll grow, trust me. This one in Platey, man, I have high hopes for their future. I don't own either individually. I just own them through YieldMax, but yeah, should I own them individually? I don't know, man. The NAV is 24.12, the trade price 24.15. The synthetic is worth what? What is it worth? Negative. So who cares? Let's move on. This is why this fund is awesome. 82% implied in volatility. SMCY is a mess, and I love it. IV estimate for SMCY is $1.54. They're part of Group D, and they declare in 14 days on April the 9th. All right, Platey's up. What's up, Platey? What do you got? How'd you do yesterday? Well, Plater or Palantir or PLTR, they went down. They went down 0.26%. And guess what, guys? Platey went up, sucker. It went up 0.39%. Can you dig it, sucker? So, yeah. Bring it on, baby. All right, synthetic-wise, what do they got? They got an 80 synthetic. 80. Palantir's at 96. Ain't no freaking gold digger here. We're in our league. In fact, we're dating, girls that don't want anything. We got 35. The dude's got 35 million. He's dating a girl that grew up poor and she's hot, but she don't know it. You know those kind of girls, right? And that's the perfect kind. That's the perfect put that we need. And that's the great position that we're in. So it is a wonderful time in the Platey world. But if she knows she's hot, oh, you better run. Once she finds out, good luck, buddy. All right, so what do we got here? Expiration date-wise, March 28th. Oh, boy. Here again. Let's go. What do we got? Oh, no, I'm scared. Are you scared? Oh, boy. This is the lowest strike, but it's such a small position. 520 contracts, 93 strike price, 3.64% in the money. 9,147 contracts, 94 strike. This is the biggest position. 2.6% in the money. Crap. 1,000 contracts, 99 strike, 2.58% out of the money. Okay, great. And this one's even better. 5,820 contracts, 102 strike price, 5.69% out of the money. Great. And then guess what? We're buying calls in the middle, right, at a 100 and a 101. But realistically, we want Palantir to close up below 93 so we can win. We can win our trades because we know we're in a good spot in the synthetic, right? We already talked about it. We're in a great spot. So let's win our weeklies. That's what we want to win every freaking options trade. Why shouldn't we want to win every options trade? Again, that's the reason people may think I'm too, they think I'm negative, but I'm just trying to explain, different, how I feel about losing trades. Like, I don't know. Sometimes, okay, you got to accept it's a loss, right? So the sooner you close it, maybe the better. But sometimes, come on, let's give it a chance, right? Let's give it a chance. All right. Hopefully people get that point. The Platey fund is worth 158 mil. Is that worth a damn? Yeah, man. Their NAV is 69. Your favorite number. Trading price 69.18. Synthetic. Look at that, man. Look at this. Are you ready? $28,257,237. Wow. I mean, is that low? No, it's not, because it's $12.29 per share. This payment is going to be freaking massive today. All right? It probably already declared it. I don't even know what I guesstimated, but it's going to be above this number. That is for damn sure. All right? Again, when I made the guesstimates, I don't even know what the hell I was doing. So I'm hoping I did $4 or $5, right? At least. I don't know. I forget. Anyway, who cares? 30-day IV of PLTY are 60%. Even that's fantastic. Group B declares. They declared by now. I know they did, so no point. People probably shut off the video, and they moved on, and they're counting their money. They're saying cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. All right, before we get to the pre-market, let's go to the group's value. Again, we only have Group A. I will add Group B starting today because today is declaration date. I'm going to start these on the new declaration date. And what the hell was I going to say? Yeah, and then I'll count it until the next declaration date to see how much they make. Will it be a pain in the ass? Actually, it shouldn't be that bad, to be honest. But we'll see. So who's making money? We'll just talk about that because a lot of them are losing money. SMCY is making money, 271 mil. 271,000. TSLY is making 291,000. Everyone else is pretty much losing money because again, they're in a bullish market. The market's been green. They're losing their calls. So it shows that a lot of these did not cash out their synthetic. Crash always loses money, so don't worry about them. They're just the worst of the worst. But yeah. Anyway, so that's it. That's the update on all the funds. I guess we can just go to the pre-market now. I think we covered everything. Yep, there it is. Takes a little bit to come up sometimes. All right, so what time is it? I started a little late again. Right when I was about to start the video, I heard my son get up, so I had to help the wife, make sure he don't fall off the bed. I think he still knows he can't really go, but he's getting a little braver, and he's also getting very annoyed with the cast, so he's trying to put his hand in there, and that's a problem. So yeah, we kind of got to keep an eye on him. But it's only been one full day with the freaking cast, and we have 3 weeks and 6 days left. So it's gonna be a long time, at least longer for my wife, of course, because I'm always doing crap. All right, so again, this is as of 5:55 a.m. Pre-market, here we go. Tesla is down 1.79%, 283.06. TSLY is down 1.13%, 874. Nvidia is down 1.02%, 119.46. NVDY is down 0.34%, 1762. Coney is down 0.58%, 203.05. Coney is down. Oh, I'm sorry. I assumed so. And I was wrong. Coney's up 0.22%, 893. MicroStrategy, or shall we say strategy, update your crap, Market Watch. It's strategy. Let's get it right. They are down 0.06%, 341.40. Misti is down up 0.13%, 23.38. TSLY is down 3.46%, 11.44. What I was thinking, I don't think I told you guys, but I did get invited to this big ETF conference in Vegas, and I couldn't go anyway because I have, I coach 2 baseball teams now, and I've, can't really take off of work at the moment. But I had to say no, and I'm glad I said no because now all the crap happening with my son, it would have been a disaster anyway. So, unfortunately, yeah, that's the problem with starting YouTube when you're an old man. You got all these responsibilities, and you get opportunities that you can't take advantage of. But I think it's this coming weekend. But yeah, too bad. But you know what? I honestly don't like flying. So, I told, the people that invited me, if something comes up in New York City, fine, count me in. Because obviously I'm closer. I don't have to freaking fly. But yeah, plus I heard you need some smart ID to fly now. I don't have that crap. What is this smart ID shit? Again, apologize for the language, but what is smart? Like, come on, leave me alone. All right, TNA, they're down 0.66%, 32.91. AMZY is down 0.06%, 16.85. Bitcoin is down 0.23%, 87,955. BitTEX is down 0.29%, 41.28. Soxel is down 1.31%, 20.28. SMCI is down 0.47%, 40.45. SMCY is flat. It's at 24.15. Palantir is down 0.68%, 95.84. And Platey is flat. It's not updating when I say flat, by the way, 69.18. All right. All right. Oh, yeah, want to hear something funny? One of the coaches that helps me for baseball, I told him about my YouTube. He's like, oh, what YouTube? And I told him, and he listens to my channel. Oddly enough, that's freaking hilarious. And he's in my Discord. So shout out to Tom. I doubt he makes it to the end of the video, though. So he's not going to know I said this. But if you did, Tom, let me know. All right? Let me know. But again, I doubt it. But if you did, I'm proud. Anyway, so that being said, I think we're at the end of the video. What do you think? Are we done? Are we done yip-yapping? What time is it? Oh, my God, 5:58 a.m. So, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So, hopefully, you had fun. Hopefully, you were entertained. If not, then whatever. Just come back tomorrow and try to be entertained. Come back in a better mood. How about that? Maybe it's on you, you grouchy bastards. All right? Relax a little. It's not all that serious. Enjoy it. All right? Have fun. Have fun with investing, man. Have fun with it. I'm having fun. Right? Red day, who gives a crap? Green day, who gives a crap? Flat day, who gives a crap? Make money the best you can in all markets. All right? Sound good? Wonderful. All right, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. All right? You have any questions, concerns? Leave them down below. If you would like to help out my channel and help it grow, I would appreciate it if, I said like and comment, but there's one more step. You can share it. You can share the video to other outlets, dividend investing groups, even dividend growth investing groups. Oh my God, they'll probably kick you out. I just watched a video on YieldMax from a dividend growth company, and man, it's always TSLY. It's always this. I don't know, man. Do people really they hate covered call ETFs? It's like, I don't know. Again, I'm not gonna get too far in the weeds on that, but anyway, it just kind of cracks me up in a way. All right, that's it, guys. I'm done. That's the video. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to say the keyword. So you got to type down on the keyword. Guess what? What do you got to type? You got to type the keyword down on the keyword in the comments. Keyword. What's the keyword? Old school, baby. Synthetic bailout. That's the keyword. That's right. We got bailed out yesterday. Misti is making money. Oh, yeah. Not Platey money, but hell, it's Misti money, baby. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it to me and everyone else that watches this long, boring, weird, smelly, stinky, long, whatever video, then you have to write down in the comments below synthetic bailouts. All right? Oh, yeah. And thank you guys for continuing to check in to see how my son is doing. I do greatly appreciate it. Yeah, that's it. So I'll look out for the keyword down below, and I'll look out for any questions, comments, concerns down below. And that's it. Let me upload this, get to work, begin the day, and there we go. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. A lot of people watched the video yesterday. It was awesome. Hopefully a lot watched today. And it's a big turnout again because I love making these videos. Even though I have to get up early, even though sometimes you get a little less sleep. You're a little less sleep than you want. But that's kids, man. Kids, man, they do it. They test you, man. They do it. They test you. And I have been tested and I lost the test. I have failed the test, but I usually fail tests anyway, so it all works out. All right, I'm out of here. Oh my God, it's 6:02. Have a great day, everyone. Later. Oh yeah, by the way, I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. You're only a day